Hello, credit union friends, and welcome to the BD Now channel. Today, I am super excited to have Heather Kay, AVP Manager, Financial Empowerment at Tinker Federal Credit Union, with us. Hi, Heather.
Hi, glad to be here.
Welcome, welcome to the BD Now community. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you.
A
Glad to
few
be here.
months ago, I was talking with our mutual friend, Cynthia Campbell, at Balance. And I want to add here that Balance is also a big supporter of the BD Now channel, and we love our friends at Balance. And I asked Cynthia, who is doing financial education really well? And she said, Heather Kay at Tinker Federal Credit Union. And so I called you up and asked you a bunch of questions. And one of the first things I asked you was I asked you about your team. Do you remember?
I sure do. And I think I said I have a dream team.
You have a dream team. We all want a dream team for financial education. So tell us a little bit about your team and the skills they bring to the table.
Sure. So my team is new. They've been with me for about a year now, and they each bring a different skill to the table. So one has a financial counseling background and has presented to over hundreds of different workshops. Another one had the credit union background. I really wanted that member focus, and she really had a passion for helping others. And then the other one is a teacher. She taught personal finance at a high school and then taught second grade students prior to that. So all three of the team members really bring something different, and it really works.
Heather, the story I'd like to talk with you about today is your partnership with the tribal nations. Can you talk a little bit about when that started and a little bit about the origins of that partnership?
Sure, sure. So I've been with Tinker for about 6 years, and so partnerships really began before I came. But I would say the initial how it started was there was a real need to bring financial education specifically to the youth tribal members, and so they reached out to us, and we became a partnership with them, and started a youth program.
And how many tribal nations are you working with right now?
Right now, we're working with over 8 different tribal nations, and so for a couple of years there, it was just two, but now we've really expanded our partnership and relationship with them.
What have been some of the obstacles that you've had to overcome to build those partnerships and relationships and really add value?
I would say the big obstacle is just trusting one another, and we're not there to just sell a product. That's not what we're doing at all. We're there truly as our community give back to provide financial education, whether it's to their employees, members, or youth programs.
Can you share some examples about how you've gone about building that trust with them?
Sure. So I think a really big thing that helped was we attend a lot of different tribal conferences. We sponsor a lot of different events, go attend networking events, chamber meetings. We've attended powwows and had a booth there and brought out our mobile ATM as part of our partnership. And then, of course, provided financial education workshops, free of charge. And we bring promo items and food and stuff like that. So it's just really being part of the community with them.
That's so important to build that trust. Talk about your programs that you're doing and what kind of participation you're getting in those programs.
Sure, sure. So probably one of the biggest ones that we've done for several different tribes is they have several of them have workforce development youth programs where the kids are getting their first jobs, and so we'll come out and uh, do a budgeting simulation with them to get used to what do you do with that first paycheck, how should you be saving, spending, that kind of thing. So that's a big one. We also work with their employees. Like they'll send out a survey of different workshop topics, see what they're really interested in, and then we can provide them in person. And we've even done it to where it's in person, but then we do a virtual option so those that can't attend can watch it virtually as well. One other example is another program we do is we work with several of them have housing grants that they offer, and so they make part of the requirement is having financial education for their participants in that grant. So that's we work hand in hand with them with that as well.
Who are your primary contacts within these tribal nations?
So I would say our contact when we first start a partnership is with HR, and then they will have a bring us together with a lot of their other different department heads, and that way they can see all the options that we have for them and how we can be accessed and used within their programs. So I can't say we have just one contact. There'll be several different ones depending on their programs.
Do you see outcomes for the credit union? Is the financial education resulting in membership growth? Are you able to help them with checking accounts and home buying needs and credit cards, etc.?
Definitely, definitely. I definitely feel like when we go out and do a workshop, I feel like, and it goes with anyone, you're just getting to the right headspace of learning, like, and it's top of mind of like, oh, I don't have a savings account, or I should get a checking account. And they've gotten to know us a little bit better. And we have a business development officer typically on site when we are there. And so they can help them open an account right then. Don't have to go into a branch. We can do it right there on site. So it's been very helpful to walk them through um, getting through the paperwork, that kind of stuff. It's very easy to start an account. It also really works with the youth that are starting their first jobs, getting direct deposit and getting that started with us as well.
Heather, I want to loop back to the powwows and that you get involved in their activities. Do you sometimes just participate for the sake of participating with no ask?
I would say our participation with tribes, I mean, we go to a lot of their conferences and we haven't been asked to do that, but we go in and we would like to sponsor part of the conference if possible, or have a booth as we do that. But also we attend a lot of different tribal chamber meetings and get to know people even better there by networking with them.
Where are you sourcing your content for the educational pieces?
Um, we contract with Balance. We do some content from them, but we also have expanded a lot of different content on our own, developed it
Great.
on our
Yeah.
own.
You were telling me when we were talking offline that you create, your team all creates content and they
Right.
actually do what, Facebook Lives on a weekly basis?
Right. Yeah. So every week, one of the educators does a Facebook shortened workshop. So it's usually about 10 minutes. And then they also write lots of content. They write a lot of articles for our website, social media, all the
Yeah.
time.
Well, thank you for sharing. What I would like to encourage everybody to do is look for those communities that are in need of financial education and find solutions, create content, be there, build trust with them if needed, because I know I actually worked temporarily for a year at a tribal casino. And I was the development director, which was in charge of bringing in the high rollers. It was not a good fit for me, that job. I'm like asking everyone, have you saved for retirement?
Yeah.
Are your kids going to go to college before you spend money? So
Yeah.
obviously that wasn't the best ending of a job. But what I learned is that it takes a lot to build trust if you're considered an outsider. And so I walked through that and saw that. So I applaud you and your team for building that high level of trust with the tribal nations in Oklahoma to really make an impact. We end with the social spotlight. And Heather, who do you follow that inspires you or that you learn from in the social sphere?
Well, I learn a lot from different groups that really I'm a part of, like the Credit Union Financial Education Network, the Oklahoma Council on Economic Education, and the Jumpstart Coalition. I mean, they bring together a lot of different people from different backgrounds. So they're an excellent resource and get a lot of good information out of them.
Fantastic. We'll check those out. And especially in your realm, right? Financial empowerment. it's important to really stay educated. And I know you have a big team that you've had for maybe 9 or 10 years. You were ahead of the curve in building a financial empowerment team compared to overall the rest of the country. And so I hope this inspires people to take a look at the skills that you're bringing in, empower and inspire others to really make an impact in your community. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.